Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. And keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes for ourselves to get a clear understanding regarding this practice. And especially when it comes to meditation, it is very important your understanding regarding the practice. Because it is not that you're just going to follow and do what I say or what any teacher going to say. So it is your inner deeper understanding and the clarity going to bring the result to yourself. So then day by day, you have to become more brush up and clear with your own understanding. So when it comes to our life, one important thing we need to know, we all are in a system. Like as all human beings have the same kind of mechanism, even though that our experience different person to person, we all have the same mechanism. And not only us, these all living beings go through the some kind of pattern. We all are conditioned by something. So understanding this is very necessary for us to get out of the self-centered mind or the I am. So if you look very carefully, the fish always live under the water, and it with the when it comes to the water, it has a huge pressure, but the fish is so comfortable to be there with that. And the bird live in the sky, and sky also have the huge pressure with air, but still the bird can maneuver that all the difficulties or the pressure. But how about if you bring the fish to the sky and the bird to the water? It's not going to happen. So the both not going to survive in that. So what does that mean? That means according to that animal, in that environment, in that condition, it depends on something. So we the same. So when it comes to us, one of the important things we have to understand in this human life as human beings, the way we maintain or manage this life is not belong to the idea of self. So the things not happen because of you. There is a deeper mechanism behind that. You live in a kind of like under condition something. This condition we call causation, cause and effect, or the causality. Because it is not a one reason. There are many reasons behind you to be here like this. But at the same time, by the time what happened, we condition our life through many kind of activities. As example, just imagine you start to drink coffee early in the morning, tea early in the morning, or maybe you go for a hike or you go for a walk in the evening, and maybe you start to do something thinking, oh, this is good for the health, or doctor said this, or the other people say this. You start to eat something in a certain way. So by the time what happens? You start to build up a relationship with that activities. And then you become so comfortable with that. So if you look very carefully, if you reverse your life from this point to backward, and you will see that all the relationships that you build up all came out of your own actions, and at the not only the action, it is the repetition of the actions. So then by the time what happens, once you build up the very comfortable relationships, you are not willing to let go of that. It is very difficult for you to get out of it. So then again and again you start to build up this lifestyle. And so that is where the action, reactions, result start to govern your life. So when you do certain kind of action, and by the time what happened, it is start to build up a pattern. And out of that pattern, you start to feel the comfort, and with that comfort, you again and again keep repeating it, and the result come, and that result again empower or ignite the another action. So this method, this behavior of life, we call the karma. So when it comes to our life, why we have to attain to the Nibbana? It's a very fair question. What's the wrong that we live it like this? Why you need to gain more wisdom and understand yourself? So this is one thing that you have to remember. In this very moment, or so far in your life, whatever you experience as reality or as life is not the real life happen behind that experience. Remember that. You go to any scientist, and through the science also try to find out it, and you will see that. What you experience in this very moment as life or as reality, it is not the really that whatever happening there. It's something else. You are not experienced the real life. So when the reality is not there within you, so what you experience as real it's depend on your mind. So then always remember there is something else happening behind you. You don't see that. And then whatever you build up in your mind, believing this is your life, is not a life. It's not belong to you. It's just thoughts. It's just ideas. And out of that ideas, whatever what happened, that whatever the intention arise, then out of that intention, it creates some kind of result, and it's going to govern your life. So you have no power over your own life, if you look very carefully. And so then you just keep going in this unknown journey. If you know your life ahead, it is good. You know, when you travel somewhere, if you know the road ahead, it's good for you. But this is not kind of like that. So then you have to remember to bring the ability yourself to understand in the very first level what is happening to you. And other thing is, this is not a kind of like a self-centered that something happened specially for you. This all belong to causation or the cause and effect. Whatever happened through you is anything not belong to you. So that's why it is, rather than holding or struggling and keep repeating and go through the disappointment, unhappiness, the pain or the fear, it is better yourself if you become wise to release that. So then who is releasing this? It's just your intention. That's the thing. So through the karma, if you understand the very behavior of the karma, then you recognize this little bit. So today we are going to go into that. So this is a kind of like a very hard subject to understand when it comes to karma, because it has different meanings and it has different ways to explain this. Somehow, what is the karma? Karma means the intention that you have when you do something. So according to that intention, so then from where that intention comes? It's not somebody else give to you. So that intention comes as a habitual pattern, as your past experience. So when it comes to that, the whatever your bodily, verbally, mentally actions, behind that there is an intention, that intention governed by the karma. So then according to that karma, that the result's going to come, maybe if you don't see the intention, when the result comes, then you are in difficult situation. So if you are capable to see the intention, and then you are capable to change your action. And through the meditation, what happened, it takes you to deeper understand the intention behind that whatever the action you perform. Because then you know yourself. So when it comes to karma, so that is the ultimately the foundation of this world. It is not done by somebody, doing by somebody. It is a result of very causation. And in the very first level, there is a karma called Janaka karma. So Janaka karma means it always has ability. Your mental formations, sanskara, or the cankers have ability to give birth to new thoughts. It always can happen. It has ability to give opportunity, come with new ideas, new thoughts. So as example, just imagine today, these cell phones have so many apps. So these apps, it not used to be like a few years back. Before the smartphone come, these apps were not there. And people had no idea about this. But when the smartphone introduced, by the time what happens, people start to build up new apps. So today, and you have no idea how these apps came like this. But in the beginning, it was not like that. But the smartphone, and it was an idea people build up out of that ordinary, this telephone. And then after that, it became wireless and it became a smartphone. See, this idea to idea transform. It is not suddenly came from somewhere. But whatever the idea you have, it has power to transform and give birth to new idea. That is how it happens. That is what called the Janaka karma. So it doesn't matter good or bad, both can happen. From you, in this very moment, you can become a Buddha, or you can become the most, the improbable man in the world. So there is an opportunity. There is always a moment, open moment for you. There is always new things come from them. And you don't need the reason for that. Only thing is that whatever you have, that your mental formation have ability to give opportunity or give birth to new things. And it always happens. So that is one thing this we call the existence. And 10 years back, even we look our own life, we can see there are a lot of things that today we experience. At that time, it was not there. So within another 10 years, it's going to be the same. It's going to be new. So every day, this very nature of the mind, giving birth to new ideas. It can be good and it can be bad. But this both ideas governed by the intention. The intention is behind that whatever, strengthening this new ideas or the new thoughts. So that is one karma. And so that's why always you have opportunity to become a better person. And always you have opportunity to change your life. Always you have opportunity to recover from whatever the mistake that happened in your life. In this very moment, if you change the intention, and if you start to do something good, and if you change your behavior, then you start to change. And the second one called the next karma, upastambhana. So the upastambhana means the supportive karma. It itself not going to happen, arise. So the Janaka karma itself arise without any reason. New thoughts can come out of your mental formations. So the upastambhana means the supportive karma. When that thought arises, there is another karma. It's always going to be that nature. It always helping to another karma. It's not going to activate itself. It's not going to be there itself. So just imagine fire. To arise the fire, it always needs something. Just imagine yourself, when you want to do something, you need always help. So you want to, you have the thirst, you want to drink water. So that is kind of like a Janaka karma. It has a deeper itself, independently arise. You want to drink water, thirsty. And the upastambhana karma means this cup. It helps for drinking water. It's not going to do anything else. After we drink the water, it's going to go back to the same place. It doesn't care we quench our thirst or not. It doesn't, but it helps us. So like that, if you look very carefully around us, we always to fulfill something. It doesn't matter good or bad, right or wrong, profitable or unprofitable. So whatever, to fulfill something, to get into the pinnacle or get into the highest, to completion, even though you have the major idea, intention, you need the help from some other things. So the upastambhana karma means when there is a thought come to you, it helps you to keep going towards it. And another karma is kind of, it called the upapilaka. Upapilaka means when a thought arises, like when the Janaka karma itself arises, when the new thoughts arise, upapilaka means it always resists. It always go against thought. It is your thought, but it's go against the thought. So just imagine that you want to practice meditation. And then you sit for that, and maybe that you have the intention and you prepare everything for, very new, you come with a very new idea. Just imagine when the very first time somebody found the cushion, because in the ancient time they didn't have a, well-made cushion. Just imagine somebody thought about it. That's a Janaka karma, give birth to new thing. And then when that person sit on that cushion, see that it itself not going to take to the tranquility state. And upapilaka means it always come against. It can be for good things or it can be bad things. Like when you do good, it can come against it and resist for that goodness. And for the bad also, improfitable also, unwholesome also, when you try to do unwholesome action, it can come against and resist that. So it can go to both sides. That is the very behavior of that, upapilaka. Always resist. So then, when you do something good, like as example, when you practice meditation, or when you become more generous, when you become more loving kindness, so always there are thoughts come. You may experience that. It resists you. Why you do this? This is enough. Don't do this. So like that, it always your own thoughts come. So how it happened? It's not somebody else. It's you, that your own nature. See that you have that behavior in you. Everybody have this. Until we attain to the Nibbana, we all have this nature. So if you always manage it to a profitable way, so that is the power that you develop in you. When a thought comes, you recognize, oh, I have this thought, and you don't react to that. And if it is resist profitable action, you don't react to that. You still keep doing the profitable action. And when you're going to do unprofitable action, if it is resist, you develop it. You develop that resistance. So work with your own mind is called the awareness. Understanding deeper yourself and seeing these thoughts. It is not someone, this all come out of the causation. And finally, this all names and forms. There's nothing else. These all thoughts. So which thought you empower? Which thought you nourish? That thought's going to be with you. And remember, you are responsible for that. And that thought going to take you forward. So then you should know how to develop your thoughts pattern. So that is what itself called cultivation of the mind. So the meditation means, in another way, you go deeper and understanding the behavior of your own thoughts and manage it. So the fourth one is called the upaghataka. So the upaghataka means it has power to destroy the thoughts, kill the thoughts. So, and it can kill all the good thoughts and all the bad thoughts also. So whatever in that very moment, if it is active, it can destroy that. So just imagine that when you're going to do harmful thought, harmful action, unprofitable action or unwholesome action, in that very moment, you develop some kind of good action, and as a result of that, what happened, this upaghataka ability, the ability of thoughts start to increase, and it destroy the unwholesome action. So it also not come from anywhere. It's happened in you, like whatever the decision you make, and in the very next moment, you completely stop that thought just by thinking yourself. And maybe you have the very unwholesome action, and the very next moment, you yourself change that action. And it's not because somebody, it is your own thoughts. So that is the power of upaghataka. It has power to kill the thought. Maybe you have idea to kill someone and you thinking, I want to kill that person, then suddenly your own mind, come in. No. May she be well and happy. See, that you are the one who doing this. So this is the power of consciousness. You want to steal something, and then in the very next moment, you're not going to stealing that. And you want to tell lies, and you recognize, oh, I'm going to tell lies. And you completely, erase that, destroy that. So like that, there is a thought power can kill another thought. So there are 4 kinds of behavior in the karma. So that means with the intention, how your thoughts work. So one is called Janaka karma, it gives birth always. And that's why, every day there's the world going to become new. What does that mean? People are going to have new ideas. So don't be wonder about it. That's the very nature of human world. Every day it's going to become new. Every day new things come in the future, and we don't know how things going to happen, but that's how it is. But at the same time, remember, when the new thoughts arise, and there is another thought always helping for that, always helping for that. And it can come from you, and sometimes it can come from others. How it can happen? So then when it happens, you have to remember, rather than personalizing, you have to remember and understand the very nature of the thought. Because people not attach or attack to your name or forms. They attach or they attack for your ideas. So that means for your thoughts. How it happens? It's like this. When you have a new thought, some people with the upastambhana kamma, their mind help for your new thoughts. And some people with their thoughts resist. So that is not the person. It's not just the physical structure. Their mental behavior. Because the physical change moment by moment, moment by moment. Not going to be the same person. But their mental behavior resist you. And sometimes there are some thoughts come and destroy your thoughts. So it can happen from you to another person also. So it can happen inside your mind, and it can happen from outside also. So the thing is this, when you have a new thought, if another person have upastambhana kamma, and it helps for that thought you become friendly. It doesn't matter profitable or unprofitable. And if it's go the resistance, and then it's kind of like a keep a distance. And if it always going to destroy, and it's going to become enemies. So like that, these thoughts govern this world. And the thought also come as a result of causation. There's no any other deeper reason for that. That's why itself it's changed. But we hold these thoughts with our moment of experience and we keep maintaining it. So that is why we experiencing this existence. So meditation means you go deeper and recognizing this. When it happens in you, you become more aware, and then you maintain knowingly which thought you need to empower. And that is another way we call cultivation of mind. So when it comes to the vipassana, so this is another way we work with it. And in day-to-day life, so this is the deeper that this karma that's happening within us. But we always have to remember, everything not happen because of the karma, but most of time our thoughts have intention, and intention create karma. So somehow there are many ways that we can get out of this. When we become civilized and when we become advanced with the science and technology, and one thing is people more smart to deal with the karma. So the one is that they create certain law, rules and regulations. So in that way, if you start to follow that, what happens? You start to find a kind of like a protection. And then in that way, you are capable to override this karma, overcome this behavior. Not all the karma, but certain karma you can overcome. So one is, remember that having a very disciplined life, you can override and you can overcome most of the bad karma happen in your past. So whatever things went wrong in your life, and you have done many kind of unprofitable actions, demerits, and unwholesome action in your life. Maybe we have done it in this life, knowingly or unknowingly, maybe who knows, in our previous lives, what we have done, we don't know. So then what we can do, one thing, remember always, if you develop a well-disciplined life in this moment to forward, you have ability to override, overcome that whatever unwholesome actions, most of the actions. So that is one thing that you can get out of the karma. So whatever unwholesome karma. So then whenever you have opportunity, observe precepts and have kind of like a develop a well-disciplined life. It gives the protection to you. No one can challenge for that. It can give the protection to you. It can kind of like, you can build up like a shield for your entire samsaric journey. So it is for you. And don't get into unwholesome actions, and try your best as much as stay away from that. Maybe we can't do 100%. Somehow we get into, some kind of unwholesome action until we attain to the liberation. But you become very conscious and you minimize the power of action. Maybe you tell lies, and at the same time you reduce it as much as. and without bringing more harm to others. And maybe you do a lot of unwholesome, but you withdraw little by little, and you become disciplined. You hold yourself most of time. So that way you can. So that is one thing. And the next one is developing the wisdom, and that in the conventional knowledge. You know, or as ordinary person, you understand how this life, how this behavior, how this human life happens. And when you look your human history and you recognize how these things happen, and that way you understand, oh, it can happen to you also. So another way we use the common sense. So that way also you can prevent from the karma. And the other one is the effort. And without being lazy, and you have the effort to do things and become more better, and learning things and developing some skills, and become more active, and you gain more skills to yourself, and then you can overcome some kind of karma. And at the same time, you can add some kind of good karma, karmic path to your life. And the developing the strength rather than becoming weak physically, mentally, spiritually. So rather than becoming weak, you become stronger. So that way also you can overcome the karma. Another one is that, as you know, that doing the opposite action, developing antidote to all the unwholesome action. Like if with the greediness, if you have done something, then you have opportunity to become generous. And you know, in the past, you have done something with the greed. So now you have opportunity and you become more generous now. And you have done some harm to someone. So now you have opportunity to help somebody. Maybe no need the same person. You go to somebody else. And you may be yelled and maybe said bad word to somebody. But now you have opportunity to say good words to someone and be nice to somebody. And maybe you know, with the anger, you did some very kind of like a very ugly, nasty things to somebody, but with the good heart, now you can help for someone. So in that way, even in the past, maybe you kill animals, you know, you have done a lot of you gave pain to a lot of people or animals, you hurt them. So now you can and wish them the health, longevity, protection. And you can help someone, you know, even the animals. If they are in difficulties, you can go and, you know, help them. And so like that, in many ways, you can overwrite this. Whatever the mistakes knowingly or unknowingly happen in your sansaric journey, even in this very lifetime, now you have opportunity to correct that all. So becoming mindful and tuning to that lifestyle, maintaining it, is another result of practicing vipassana and practicing this meditation, developing this wholesome lifestyle. And finally, when it comes to clear comprehension, yoniso manasikara, and having the clear understanding regarding the perception and being in the moment and knowingly how things come to be as they are, and responding to that in that very moment according to necessary cause and conditions in that environment. To bring the best out of that situation is the highest, that the maximum, the result and the outcome that you can gain out of your life. So it is possible, but it takes time. And little by little, you have to be aware, and you have to be mindful, and you have to be more focused, and you have to more deeply understand your intention. And rather than outside, you start to deal with your intention and you correct it there. So it is more kind of like an internal job. So it's kind of like you more silently yourself, you work with you, and you change yourself little by little. So by the time, then you completely become a different person. So that transformation going to take you to more better place. No one can stop this, because no one owns this. This is the very nature. So understanding this and tuning to that, it's kind of like you get into the flow. So when the river flow, when you get into the current, that river itself going to take you. So like that, now you understand, oh, intention, oh, the karma, and you behave, well behave, maintain yourself, and with awareness, and then you're not going to make any mistake. So in that way, no one can block your journey, that always you're going to go into a higher place. Until you attain to the Nibbana, there is no way you're going to go down. There is no way out of you're going to go to a very painful or lower existence. Because this is the method that you develop, because beyond the karma, there is nothing. But if you can't see this, maybe you will reasoning, maybe you will look, or you will ask the help from many ways. It may work for that moment, but end of this all, this is the bottom. This is the foundation. Beyond this, there is nothing. So that's why this 2,600 years, all this community of Sangha, and keep practicing and giving this method, and themselves, they get the help, and at the same time, they give this as a gift to the society. So this is your opportunity to gain it and practice it and transform it yourself, because once you understand it, there is nothing else to understand. Once you gain it, there is nothing else to gain. You complete that. And then in that completion, only thing that you can do, the very next, share it with others. So it is your opportunity. It is your time, but it may take time, and at the same time, it's all up to you. And end of this all, it all depends according to our own choice. That is the power of human life. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck, head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Sopatveva, oh, may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. When it happens through the sensation, recognize it. Do nothing extra. Bring attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. Cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away. Already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. All 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadhi maranam ha paribunjissami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.